Joan or something was like, hey, how about I take your number and I'll call you 100 times?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was a whirlwind, man. But I think you handled it well as far as just knowing it's not about you and stuff. But that's really cool. Joan or something was like, hey, productivity that you're having already with that many leads and calls coming in. I haven't. I want to track the no's as well because that's giving us feedback to say, well, at least we're getting the right numbers. You know,
I got you.
As you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure you know with anything, what you put your attention towards is what grows. And that's why we track how many dials we make, track how many offers I make in a day, track how many yeses and maybes we're getting. Because if we're putting our attention towards those things, that's what's going to get energy and grow. And it allows me to see anomalies and see, okay, what's going on with the data or what's going on with my sales training and all. So don't try to go too crazy if you ever do this on your own or whatever endeavors to like track a gazillion things, but find those key, they call them critical drivers, those key behaviors that I can control that will lead to, KPIs, key performance indicators, or whatever the name you want to call it. What are the behaviors I can track to try to see what, you're trying to make a predictable, you're trying to have a business needs to be predictable, sustainable, predictable, you know what I'm saying? And having systems and numbers is so important. So what, any questions you have so far? I want to take us, we're going to do a little philosophical stance on the sales script today, but I'd love to hear any thoughts you're coming up with.
Yeah. How do you deal with people who are being like on edge as soon as you call them? You know what I mean? Because that was like two of the people that I was with, and they both said that they were willing to sell. But one of them, I don't know. I didn't really hear him, so I asked him to repeat something, and then he said, "You clearly aren't listening." And then to go to his site, and I was going to ask him what his website was, but then he just hung up. So how do you like deal, I guess not afterwards, but how do you like try and calm them down to know that you're not trying to annoy them?
Right. That's a great question. So when you have like hostile or like really driver personality, there's some, what's that personality test? The DISC profile, and it talks about people who are drivers, or I forget what the I, S, and C are, but different personalities. Some people who like lead with a lot of energy or force, or just are like kind of rude or edgy. You're asking how you deal with that. A lot of it is with your tone and really matching people's tone and energy. It may sound like adding fire to fire is going to create more fire, but sometimes with the direct person, you may need, okay, I need to be a little more direct or concise or clear with my messages. And sometimes that is the really important thing to do is what we talked about yesterday. And we'll focus on that today. Then I was thinking about focus on it, labeling. So being able to label what you hear, the emotional labeling, more specifically, can really help kind of defuse. So if I have somebody coming at me, dang, you guys are calling, you're not paying attention. It's like, man, dang, you can acknowledge that. You can say, man, what sounds like you're getting a lot of these calls, a lot of folks wasting your time, huh? That sounds frustrating. Hell yeah, it's frustrating because da. I hear that. Well, I can hear that. That's completely understandable. Sounds like I said frustrating already, but that sounds like that would,
that would piss me off too.
Yeah, that would piss me off too. That sounds, well, I like that. I don't know if we make it about me, but I like that, yeah, you can connect. That would piss me off too, man. Dang. Well, I definitely don't want to waste your time. So what's your goals for this property? You want to sell the property? Okay. If you don't want to sell it, cool, no problem. We'll talk to we got other people to talk to. We definitely don't want to waste your time. So basically acknowledging them or that. Yeah, that's right. Acknowledging the frustration. Dang, sound frustrated. And sometimes you can also do the, hey Bryce, give me a second. Can we take a step? Can we pause for a second? I feel like we're moving fast. I maybe got off to the wrong start. Sounds like you maybe talked to a lot of people before. Before we move forward, I just want to make sure we don't get off to on the wrong foot. Are you, and then come back with an open-ended question. Is this something that you're? Well, every question I was thinking of was a yes or no. But are you? It doesn't sound like you're interested in selling right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of like a mislabel. Yes or no or not. All right, cool. Well, I'm just trying to get information to see if it actually fits. If it works, is great. So what can you tell me about? Then go to CPR time.
Mm-hmm.
Or wait, sounds like sounds real frustrating. Sounds like you're not in the place to sell now. Should we even be talking right now? Should I call you back a couple of months or? Oh, it sounds like, yeah. So that's another thing that may, yeah. So I'll leave it at that. So labeling it, and we'll practice a couple of times, to see if you got it, or to just bring that in. Um, so like if somebody came at you and if I came with you with energy, like, man, are you, man, you guys just keep calling, but nobody calls me back. This is, frustrating. Well, actually, I'll be a driver when we role play in a few moments. So be prepared to just label it and defuse.
Okay.
And what other questions you have?
That was pretty much it, honestly, because that was just most of the people that I got today, or they would just hang up. But I mean, hang ups aren't really anything.
Yeah. So taking back control by having a affirming labeling of their emotion, and uh, coming back with a question that allows you to get back control of where the direction of the conversation is going. So yeah, labeling with affirming their feelings, and then coming back with a question that allows you to get back in control, and also always being able to use the whole. Let's just take a step back here. Let me pause for a second. I feel like this is either we're getting off to a wrong start, or feel like this is you know just moving in the wrong direction pretty quickly. Is it? Do you even want to sell? Is it make sense for us to move forward? And that's sort of matching their not aggression, but their directness.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, that makes sense.
All right. So how about you be the seller or the property owner who's a little frustrating that you're hearing, and I'll be a person calling as a buyer.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
So ring ring.
Hello.
Hey Bryce, it's Courtney from Aqua Home Buyers. I'm calling a little out of blue here, but I'm calling about a property I think you're on at Hazel Avenue. I'm just trying to buy in the area to see if you might be interested in selling.
Yeah, man, I'm interested in selling, but people keep calling me about this property. Really
Oh,
getting annoyed by it.
oh yeah, people. Oh, so you got a lot of folks calling you already, huh?
Yeah,
So yeah, what's going on? So they're not following through, or what's up?
they just don't stop. So I'm really looking for somebody who can actually understand that my time is my time, that they don't own me.
I dig that. Well, man, I mean that sounds frustrating, but I would love to chat with you about it. We're not trying to waste your time or mine, but I am interested in buying. But is this a bad time? Sound like I'm catching you at a bad time here.
I have a few minutes to talk. It's not that bad.
All right, cool. I'll tell you how we work, Bryce, and I'm trying not to waste your time. So I'll just let you know we buy properties based on the condition, the market value, and then your situation. I do have to ask a couple of questions to figure out if it even fits our buying criteria because we can't buy every property. But other than that, that's pretty much smooth. I should know within 5 or so minutes if this is worth us continuing a conversation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
All right, cool. So what can you tell me about the condition? Any updates in the last 10 years?
I'm actually looking for a roofing contractor right now.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I might have some contractors. I'll make a note of that because. All right. So you're looking for a roofer for. Uh, okay, I got you. So you're thinking about fixing it up and holding on to it?
No, looking to fix it up and flip it. It's actually got a tenant that's been in it. Actually, they were in it, but they've been vacant for about 5 months now.
I got you. Okay, so you might be interested in fixing it up and selling it. Why not just go ahead and sure. Why not just go ahead and fix it up? Why would you be talking to all of us and knowing you all these buyers trying to buy it if you're thinking about flipping it yourself?
I don't really have the time to wait for a realtor and go through all that process. So I'm looking to probably sell it as soon as I get it, possibly to somebody I know, or if somebody gives me the best deal.
Looking to sell as soon as you get it. Either somebody cool. So speed might be really important for you. It sounds like maybe.
That is, yep.
Speed. So speed here and need a roofer. All right. So what other things you might need to get it all? If we were going to take it over and flip it, what should we be looking out for?
Might be a mold problem.
Oh yikes!
Bringing out an inspector right now to check. Let's see.
Nice. There's a tenant in there now.
No, vacant.
Yeah. Okay. So it might be mold issue. All right. Okay. All right. And you have a mortgage on it now?
Mortgage is paid off.
Paid off. Well, you're pretty set, man. Okay. All right. How much would you be looking for right now if you were just trying to move quickly?
Looking for 55,000.
55,000. Gotcha. And any Any room to negotiate on that price?
Lowest I would take was 48.
Lowest is 48. All right, cool. And I feel like I'm just drilling you with questions here, man. But if my team does come back and we can get that approved anywhere near that number, what is your timeline? Like, when would you be ready to close?
I'd be ready to close within the next probably 15 to 20 days.
Oh, got you, man. Well, shoot. All right, man. Well, this sounds pretty good, Bryce. You gave me a lot of information here. I'm just going to send this on to my team member, and my man Courtney might give you a call, or give you a call. How about this time today at 5 o'clock, or today at 5 o'clock? Could he give you a call and see if it's, because the next thing he's going to need to do is be able to, like, oh, that's too much. I don't like that. I was like, yeah, I was just so yeah, my man Courtney will give you a call to if this fits our criteria, and he'll just take it from there.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so be on the lookout for Courtney, and he'll send you a text shortly, but follow up with the call with you this evening, or at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
All right, peace.
Bye.
All right, so that's like, I guess I should have went to more of like the pain point, but really, I was trying to put myself in your position, and you did get a lot of good information. I would have typed up all that stuff about people calling, about him wanting to flip, wanting a real, all that stuff. And you notice I didn't say, yeah, we can close, we can do this, we can do this, we can do that. I'm setting it up so that I can hear him, and then on the next conversation, or be able to appeal to that pain point or those desires.
Gotcha.
I did a little bit of labeling, but not as much as I could have. I felt like I was about to talk too much as far as like what Courtney does next and all that stuff. I wanted to set the rules, but it was about to be babbling too much. What did you hear? What tips or strengths or whatever you heard?
No, I heard you repeat what I was saying, but when you asked about the tenant again, I was just gonna say what the guy said to me, but I wouldn't. So let that go there.
What did he say? What did he say to you?
That I wasn't listening.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, about the tenant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was fine.
Yeah, you can just fall on the sword. Oh, my bad. Oh my goodness, you did say that. That's right, man. Let me get my head in the game. You can just do it just like that. Just be very gracious. Great book is Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends, Influence People. I try to read that every 6 months, but that's a great book. Like, that's really what we're trying to do, trying to win friends here. Mm-hmm. And no one wins in an argument. I don't ever argue. Like, I may match their tone, but I don't try to like fight back with them,
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I think I have that book somewhere.
You say what?
I think I have that book somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's a great one. It's a great one. The cover is ripped off mine. All right, so let's try it here with you now. I'll be the property owner. I'll be a little forceful. Let me think about a real scenario. That's somebody who really does want to sell. All right, I got one. So you can ring me in whenever.
All right, ring.
Yep. Hello.
Hi, Courtney. This is Bryce from Aqua Team Properties. I'm calling about the property at 123 Main Street. It sounds like I caught you at a bad time.
What? What you talk? What about the property, man?
We were looking to see if you're interested in selling it.
200,000.
Well, actually, that's great. We actually like to see if we can qualify you and if we would actually be a good fit to work together.
That's my. If you got 200,000, you can call me back. That's what I'm looking for. All right.
Sure. Well, if you wouldn't mind, would you mind telling me a little bit more about the property to see if we?
Yeah, you guys haven't seen it?
No, we haven't. If you wouldn't mind, just some of the work that might be done that you might have done within the last few years.
Oh, okay. Well, it's it hasn't been renovated for about 10 years since the last tenant. I had a tenant in there for a little bit, but it's been vacant for the past maybe 6 months. It's 3-bed, 1.5 bath. There's a what do you call those rooms on the second floor where it's 2 floors, but on the second floor you can do washer and dryer.
Gotcha.
It's pretty good property. Yep, but just I know I need to get what I put in for it, and that's what I put in. That's what I want to get out of it. So that's what I'm letting folks know. Just let me know if it's something that you're interested in.
Of course. we were to look to close, how soon would you want to? What's your timeline?
I mean, as soon as you get my 200,000, you got that close tomorrow. I'll meet you later today if you got a check, or I'll take a cashier's check.
Gotcha. Would you actually mind? Oh shit. What does R stand for? What does R stand? My bad. This is out of the blue. What is R stand for again in CPR time?
Oh, reason for selling. Reason for selling. Yeah.
Reason. Yeah. What's your reason for selling? It sounds like it's a good property. Somebody's only been out of it for just a few months. What do you?
Well, it's been a whole year, man. I'm just trying to, I just stacking up, getting ready to have some cash when all this stuff happens. You know, it's you probably no good as me. It's gonna be a lot of folks, a lot of cheap properties coming up here. So I'm just trying to get as much cash I can on deck.
Got you, for sure. Well, thank you. I'm actually, I do understand that. I'm gonna send my partner your information, and you might get a call back a little bit later today. Does 5 sound okay to you?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. All right. Oh, cool. Okay, so a couple of things. I want the placement of the sounds like I caught you at a bad time after you've told them that you're trying to. I think you told me look. I don't think you told them to look. Hey, this is Bryce from Octane Properties. Calling blah 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 blah. Sounds like I caught you at a bad. They need to know why you're calling, so you need to
put that second.
That note in there. I can maybe switch this note around. But hey, I'm calling about the property. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we're just trying to buy a property area. See if you're interested in selling.
Okay.
And then they say, and then you say, but it's, and if you've heard them talk a little bit, but, or if you heard stuff and noise in the background, but did I, interested in selling? But did I catch you? But it sounds like I caught you at a bad time though. Like it gotta sound like you caught him at a bad time because you know, you've heard them say something, you've heard they gave you something, maybe in the background noise or whatever, but you could even pause on the sound I caught you at a bad time to after they respond to, I'm interested in selling your prop. I mean, I don't want to be so didactic where it's like, you know, so in other words, it has to fit in, but you got to give them permission to say no early. And that'll still be natural, is what I'm trying to say. So
that makes sense.
As opposed to, hey, hi, hey, Bryce, it's Courtney from Octane Home Buyers, trying to buy your property, but it sounds like I caught you at a bad time. Like, which means that you just heard me say hello.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You know, okay. So you can there's a couple of places where you can sound very human and very, I don't want to say vulnerable, but you know, non-salesman. One is when one place is when you say the address or say the owner, and but it sounds like I caught you at a bad time. So like, I'm calling about a property I think you own. I don't even know if you own this. You might not even be the owner. And you know, a little like I think, you know what I'm saying? I don't know the words for it, but the nuance is like, I don't even know if you own this property. That's a little more like less salesman-y and less. It gives you a chance to sound human. I think you own this property at 245 Main Street. Yeah, I'm just calling to see if you're interested in selling the property. And they're like, and then if there's a pause, and maybe that is the natural pause where they don't respond, and you're like, but look, sounds like I probably caught you at a bad time.
Yeah, though, didn't okay. That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. So all right, cool. Other than that, it seems like you're getting the Mojo task down, like as far as using Mojo, putting in the right categories. Stuff came up. I'm actually talking to two leads you've already brought in. And so hopefully we'll be able to see the sales process more through. Oh, questions about the overall wholesale like industry from, you know, A to Z. Please continue to think about those to ask me during either our one-on-one, Slack, or even right now. Yeah. If you have any, even now, I would love to respond to any of them.
There's somebody who I was talking to who said he doesn't trust wholesalers. He thinks that we are looking just to get a gift or like a handout or something like that. I don't really have a comeback for that. I said that we actually look to see if we can help you find a buyer and possibly sell your property. We're just really trying to work together on this. And then he kind of like calmed down. But
yeah, I got you. I mean, I could just definitely understand that. It's like, I understand that, like really my job, I don't even really say that I'm a wholesaler to folks. Like we're buying properties or we're partnering with other investors to buy properties. Our partnership is finding the properties. Like if they say they don't like wholesalers, I completely understand that. A lot of folks out here doing bad, helping us making us look bad. I completely understand that. If you, what is it about the experience that made it so tough? I'd be able to find out they never answered, they never took my calls, they lied, they just want a free handout. It's like, well, my job is to get as much information to give you the best price we can, and so that we try to, we try to lock it up so that everybody involved can make money. I don't hide the fact we're trying to make money.
Right.
So yeah, so
I think that would actually help though, because it doesn't sound like you're trying to get a handout. You're trying to make money. You're trying to help them.
Yeah, like this is a business. I'm trying to make money. My job is to make your problems be my problems. You know what I'm saying? My job is to what do I tell them? I'm trying to solve problems and create opportunities for income and wealth. I'm trying to solve your problem or issue you might have. You want to sell quickly or conveniently, and that's what I try to do. So I would just confirm. I would just understand. I hear you. I understand that, and then ask them, what was it about the experiences or about wholesale experience that made it so tough and challenging? And that's really that's all called finding deal breakers. You got to seek. It may seem counterintuitive to go seek out deal breakers. Like, oh, what's going to make this deal not go through? Are there people that you're talking to that will say no to this, or what are those deal breakers out there? Because those deal breakers give you the opportunity to address any obstacles or uncover more pain that we may be able to help them with, or we may recognize that, hey, we're not going to be able to crack this deal, and we'll just not waste our time with it. But I'm going to send this to you, Active Listening 2.0 by Steve Trang. And it's a great short book that has a lot of pretty cool information when it comes to sales negotiation. But that's one great one right there. Like, because at the end of the day, if they got a problem that needs to be solved, then we may have a solution for them. If they don't like wholesalers because of some bad feeling in their mouth, then we can help educate them on that and work with them. And maybe our strength. Because we got someone who actually is over communicating. Or somebody who is a person of their word, or somebody who does care about my situation.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's really the only.
Yeah. So, but anything from like, what do you do when you get a deal to closing? I do have like steps I want to walk you through, and we'll go through. We'll spend some time there. But any questions that you have, want to be receptive to them too.
Yeah, for sure. I'll send them your way once I think of them.
Absolutely. All right, my brother. Well, I saw you on there earlier. Tomorrow we'll listen to some of your calls. I was listening to some earlier today. But just know we'll jump on your calls and listen to them. All right.